All right, welcome back to our pregame show. Todd Morris with you here on the Bulldog Radio Network. And it's time to sit down with UMS-Wright head football coach Terry Curtis for our pregame interview for the opening game of the 2022 season. Coach, playing our rival game for the season opener. Seems like deja vu. We just did this a couple years ago, didn't we? 2018, 2019. We opened with them, didn't we? Yeah, I knew it hadn't been that long. And then the only difference is we were 4A at that time, not 5A, right? Yeah, okay.
And they ask, people ask a lot, when do you like it? But, it is what it is.
Well, so I was going to say, what your thoughts, I know back then was it gave you something to look forward to all summer. So the kids had some focus. Is that the same thing that's going on this year?
Well, I think so. I mean, playing them early, late, I didn't mind it 10.
Yeah.
Because you kind of got a practice playoff game, kind of atmosphere and all that sort of thing. I do like playing at 1 or 10 more so than middle of the season,
right.
Or, but that was called within the same region for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So, years past, I would have said, hey, I don't mind it being first at all, but this year with new coaches and even though Ham has been there, you don't know how much of Steve's stuff he was doing or, how much he's going to change things with his own touch and brand new offensive coordinator. So that makes a lot of difference where our people are all the same. They pretty much know what we're going to do. So that makes you a little anxious, but
So you go into this with a little guessing going on of what you're expecting from St. Paul.
Well, exactly. I mean, we watched a lot of film of the offensive coordinator from Jackson and everywhere else he's been, and looked at Ham back when he first went there, when he was at Theodore and stuff like that to kind of get a feel for him and what he likes to do. So, but still, there's a little guessing game.
Yeah. Because it comes down to the personnel he's had.
Well, exactly.
Probably a different type of personnel here at St. Paul's than he had at Jackson.
Yeah, and he's got to set his own deal. He wants to be his own guy. So some things in the kicking game and stuff like that are going to be different.
Right. All right, well, let's jump right in and talk about senior running back Cole Blaylock. He's obviously the most important person returning for us, I think, offensively this year. And not just offensively, the whole package, kickoff returns, punt returns, everything he does for us. How's he been in the offseason? What do you think is going to happen here as we get going into the season, his senior year anyway?
Well, Cole's Cole. I mean, he knows the offense as well as anyone we've got. We're going to probably play him on defense a little bit this year because I really think that's his.
Let me cross that next question off because that was coming up. So.
Because that's where I think he could probably be best suited in college.
Yeah.
But no, don't get me wrong. He's still going to run the football. He's going to catch the football. He's going to return the kicks just like he has in the past. But, Todd, Cole's just a great teammate, man. I mean, he says nothing about anything. I've had guys before who says, Coach, I'm not running the ball enough, or we're not throwing it enough, or I'm not catching it enough, or whatever. He never says anything, whether, and very complimentary of his linemen, whether they're doing good or bad. I said, Cole, you don't need to be complimenting them the way they're blocking, and that so forth. But that's just the way he is.
Right.
And
being a coach's son.
Yeah, and it's good to have him. I'm glad he's on our team. And
talk about some of the other seniors this year. We always talk about newcomers that we haven't heard from, even though they've been in the program, for a number of years. Somebody that's come out here this summer and in the off season that you think is going to help us this year.
Well, of course, we got Joe Lott back. He's a big part of all we do. Joe can run. He's got great length and great athlete. So, he's one of our playmakers. Been impressed in the offseason with Matthew Hedge, who a lot of people have not heard about at the wideout. Bar Shavers will play a lot more both ways. People hadn't heard about. A lot of them on defense. Thomas Hall, J.C. Irwin, James Lee, Stephen Greenleaf, Ben Holberg, Jansen Graham. I can just go on and on.
It's just time for some guys to
Charlie
step up.
Watts, naming some of these guys that they've been in the program, and those guys are seniors and juniors, but yet they have not played a whole lot, and people ask me all the time, are you young? I said, yeah, we're young experience-wise, but we're not necessarily young when you look at who's playing.
Right.
You know, so well, yeah, young, they got seniors.
Right.
But they've not played a whole lot.
Well, who gets to start at quarterback this week?
Well, starting quarterback will be Sutton Snipes.
Again, a senior.
A senior that a lot of people don't know about. And you know, Sutton's had a good off season. Wish he would get a little bit more consistent from day to day. But that comes with youth. That comes with throwing a lot more stuff on him. So, you know, he'll play and be our starter. And we've got a couple guys who will back him up.
Okay. You've always kind of used the quarterback as the punter. Is he going to be your punter also?
Well, he will, or either Will Taylor. Will Taylor's done a great job punting, and we'll probably start with him punting. New kickers, you know, with him. Now Sutton is the backup punter, and may end up being the punter.
Yeah.
But he'll do that, and then Henry Harris and John Ramsey will probably do most of our kicking tonight.
Good deal. Important part of the game that usually we excel in. So I was curious how we were going to handle that going into this year.
A little worried about our kicking. You know, again there. And if I had to say anything, Todd, about this, where I feel we are, you know, we've done some really good things where I think, okay, it's finally clicking, and then the next day it's altogether different. So
That's
the
high school.
consistency just hadn't been there like you would like after 3 weeks of practice.
Yep. All right. The 44th meeting between the two schools, St. Paul's and UMS-Wright. The Bulldogs have won 3 of the last 4 and 5 of the last 7, but a new coach up the hill for the St. Paul Saints this week. So looking forward to the Battle of Old Shell Road tonight. And, Coach, good luck. Thanks for sitting down with us every week, as we always do. I appreciate your time.
Thanks, Todd.
All right. It's not a region game this year, but it still has a lot of meaning, as all rival games do. The Battle of Old Shell Road coming up in just a minute. You're listening to the Bulldog Radio Network here on Sports Talk 99.5 Mobile, an iHeart radio station.